Transportation is a barrier for our clientele because there's not a lot of options out there. And the options that are out there, they're not always feasible, whether that's due to accessibility or maybe the cost. A lot of the clients we serve don't really have a support system in place, whether that be, they don't have any family or friends around, kids have moved away, or maybe they're living alone still in their own house and they don't have that network of support or friends close by to help them out. So a lot of the clients we serve, we say, are unattached. They really don't have any sort of support system. They're not connected to another community-based organization to help them navigate, whether that's healthcare or food security or finances. But even the clients we serve that do have family and friends close by, they often don't like asking for help because it takes that independence away. They start to feel like a burden.
One of the best experiences I have had is my connection with Drive Happiness. It was just wonderful. Being legally blind, it was very hard to leave my house. There wasn't any convenient transit for me to take. If I had a doctor's appointment, I could call Drive Happiness. They would take me, somebody would pick me up and they would take me to my appointment and somebody would come and pick me up. There is no reason for you to sit and become lonely, depressed in your home, especially when there is this wonderful service out there.
I find the drivers exceptionally kind, having to put up with walkers and driving through snow. I found them just excellent. I have yet to find anyone that wasn't very caring.
We are a lifeline to a lot of seniors who are finding it more and more difficult being able to find transportation. I have a cane. My balance is a little off. I don't feel comfortable going to new locations. So with Drive Happiness, we're more than happy to take you to that location. If you're feeling uncomfortable going into a new doctor's office, we would be happy to go in with you and just make you feel comfortable when you get there. There's always big smiles. There's always a smile when you phone and say, or when the drivers phone and say, I'll be there to pick you up at such and such a time. They're so excited and very, very grateful for the volunteers. And they're always commenting on how good the volunteers are and how comfortable they feel with those drivers. There's a lot of times that we will have volunteer drivers that being a volunteer is almost like therapy for them, and they enjoy the fact that they meet new people and they build relationships and, to be honest, friendships as well.
When I was looking into a way that I could give back, that I could volunteer, I really saw the needs were there, the needs were great. I love to drive, so that was just kind of a no-brainer in doing that. I had no idea the impact that I would have received in thinking I'm giving something to people. I was receiving tenfold just in my relationships with these people.
Seniors have to get to where they need to go, whether it's a medical appointment or even just going to church. I've driven seniors to church sometimes. Wherever they need to go, they need to get there.
Well, with Drive Happiness, I've been for about 8-9 years, and I really enjoy it. It gives me something to get out and do. I'm in my retirement, so it keeps me busy. I think I enjoy picking up the people that needs to be going to their appointments, and then actually talking to them. It keeps me in line with what's going on. When you pick up the people, some of them is lonely, so if you're talking to them and they really enjoy that, tell them about what their life story, and sometimes you can relate to that, so it really helps both of us.
Well, back in 2002, Marguerite was rear-ended twice and received a brainstem injury, and her neurologist suggested that she get in touch with as it was known then, Helping Hands was known then as SATS. And, of course, Drive Happiness. And she started with them and been there ever since. And I just have to say that this is an awesome organization, and the volunteer drivers, as a friend of mine used to say, were sent from heaven as angels to walk the earth in human form, because they've just been wonderful people that have come to take her out.
I'm safe. That's the first thing. And I feel like I'm on a holiday because I'm really in lockdown at home, especially in the winter. In the summer, I spend most of my time in the garden. But in winter, I'm beyond grateful. Oh. When I know I'm going out, I don't think about the doctor. I think about the drive and the scenery and talking to somebody different. Yeah.
The service is important because otherwise, if we didn't provide the service, I'm afraid that a number of seniors would be skipping appointments and not keeping up with their health.
Over the past few years, we've definitely seen a change in our clientele, especially since the pandemic. There's a lot more need for additional services, and that's one thing our volunteers have adapted to. We've been providing training on dementia education, recognition of elder abuse, the different types of elder abuse, just so they have that additional knowledge to recognize when things aren't quite right, and they can bring that forward to the staff here, and we're able to make referrals onto other organizations. And that's the great thing about a one-on-one service, and volunteers are maybe consistently driving the same people. They're able to notice when things aren't quite right, and it's really that added level of care that, say, a bus driver wouldn't notice, or maybe a taxi driver wouldn't notice.
Someday, I will be the one that will be in need of this service, and so to be able to pay into it now, knowing that, my time will come, and it will be wonderful to know that there will be others who will come and take the spot and continue this service, hopefully never ending.